Welcome to Gameplay Sessions, your tour through modern and classic games. I am your host, Blueswim, and today we are going to be taking a look at Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 running on the Xbox Series X. So right off the bat, I want to say if my microphone quality is not what it usually is in these episodes, it is because I am using the official Xbox wireless headset, and of course you can see that I have a green screen setup at the bottom of the screen, and that is because I'm also using the TCA Boeing Yoke and Throttle Quadrant from Thrustmaster for this video. That's one reason why I've taken so much time to try to get this video ready to roll, is because there was a lot of extra elements going into it compared to how I usually record gameplay sessions. So what's neat about the wireless headset, before I move on from that, is basically it allows you to dual pair between your Xbox and, in this case, my Mac, and record into OBS simultaneously. So I'm getting the audio from the game, and the OBS software is getting the mic audio from the headset. So I mean, it's really neat. Definitely a worthwhile headset if you can find it at a relatively decent price. Now, the Yoke and the Throttle Quadrant, on the other hand, those you are not going to find super cheap. With the exception of maybe my second Throttle Quadrant over here, I actually stumbled upon that at a Goodwill for $4. And I still cannot believe I lucked into that. But yeah, this Yoke and Throttle Quadrant, I mean, it's like, this is like got metal construction on the inside, so it's really durable. I think you can take this panel off and remove some of the springs inside for like the tension on the yoke. Fantastic setup. It's like I used the Turtle Beach yoke about 6 months or so before I ended up finding this, and it's like that yoke was nice, but it had a lot of problems to it. It's like when you're adjusting the trim, sometimes it would glitch out and spike all the way to like full downward position, and it would just nosedive your plane, and there's just nothing you could do about it. And but this one, on the other hand, this has just been phenomenal. I'm so happy with it. It's actually great for Star Wars squadrons too. And of course, down at the floor, I don't know if you can pick that up on the camera or not. I have the pedals as well for this. So yeah, we are pretty much all set. I've been playing Flight Sim for several years on the Xbox. This is like the reason why I wanted to get a Series X. And with this new version, everything runs on the cloud. And that is for better or for worse. And in the for worse part, I was trying to record this video a few days ago, and the servers went down mid-video, and, well, take a look. But we are going to take off from Newark. And well, it should be starting the flight, and it's just not loading. What is going on? Go to free flight? Is the service down? Is Xbox Live down? I don't think it's my internet. Just checking. No, it's not my internet. I guess the service is down. Nothing is loading. So yeah, definitely making a strong case for not buying games that are online only. This is on Game Pass, so if you prefer to go that route, that's probably the best way to go about this. The original Flight Sim on Xbox Series X was fine. I loved that. Love that. This one has been just nothing but problems from the get-go. And so what we're going to do is, I have things set up to take off from Princess Juliana International Airport. And this is an airport you sometimes see in in like some YouTube videos because there is a beach right at the very edge of the runway. So you'll see people kind of like camp out there and take videos as planes are coming in for a landing just like 20 or 30 feet away from the sand. So it's a really neat place, and I tend to fly around here just for fun on quite a regular basis. So even though I have the yoke and everything has all the buttons and everything, you still need to use an Xbox controller for. What the fuck was that? Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. You know, I mean, Flight Sim is glitchy as hell to begin with. Jesus Christ. But with 2024, all the assets are being streamed from the cloud. So sometimes you end up with that. Oh dear. But yeah, it's like this year's Flight Sim has been especially glitchy. The launch was just abysmal. You know, everybody was having problems with it, and you know, it's like I couldn't even get. What the hell is this thing doing? And I'm not controlling this yet. This is basically like the pre-flight video after, it's supposed to show the plane getting ready to line up on the runway. But I mean, hell, even I in a real plane could do better than that. Oh God. I mean, it's just shit like this all the time. I mean, it's like it's always been glitchy, but it's especially glitchy. And the fact that it's running off the cloud, I mean, basically they did that to cut down on the file size because, Flight Sim 2020, that would get up into the hundreds of gigs. I know my install on this Xbox, I think it's like around 230 gig. Where the fuck is it going now? Oh, good Lord. Yeah, it's like the install on the other on the other Flight Sim, it's like 230 gigs, and now he's clipping a plane or coming close to it. Oh my God. It's just, yeah, I mean, it's basically they did that to cut down on the size. And I want to say this is like somewhere and he's crashing into a wall. Jesus Christ. And revving up the motor. What is going on? And this is one of the premium airports. And it's still doing this. Oh my God. I mean, I feel like this video is basically becoming this is why you don't buy Flight Sim 2024 video. And I really wasn't intending for it to be. But holy crap. I mean, uh, I mean, okay, so Flight Sim, it uses a lot of AI procedural generation. It takes the satellite data and the AI software essentially tries to recreate the real world based on the data and, put bridges where there are bridges and roads where there are roads and traffic where there's traffic. And it's just, as you would expect from anything AI driven, it is just entirely inconsistent. Uh, Good Lord. Well, let's see. Let's get this on the road. Or in the skies, rather. Okay, and there you saw the textures pop in. And yeah, it's... Oh, boy. There's definitely a lot left to be desired with this. Okay, got my flaps lever. And what? Okay, there we go. This is... Okay. Oh boy. Okay, so we're in the cockpit, and hopefully this will be safe. The camera keeps wanting to either drift a bit or just not react at all. And I'm not sure if it's because it's streaming or what, but good lord. Okay, so... Okay, I'm trying to remember what I have parking brake set as. Is it... Okay, that I think was it. All right, so now we are going to engage the throttle. Okay. And we are thankfully airborne. Oh my goodness, this... Oh, good grief. This is just... I wish I could say this was out of the ordinary, but this is closer to typical than I'd prefer to admit. Because I really love Flight Sim. It's just one of the best gaming experiences I've had in the last several years. But this is just not it, dude. It is just so glitchy, so wonky. It's often unenjoyable, to be honest. Okay, so... Okay, goes flaps. Okay, so the Y button, which is on the left part of the yoke, that helps control the trim, which helps to level out the plane. You can see the trim -2. God, what is just... It's just, everything just seems to be reacting so slowly. There's some lag there. The buttons aren't responding the way they should. It's just ridiculous. But we are going to pass by this neat ship there. And... Yeah, I mean, this is just... It's rough at times. It's just, it feels laggy and unresponsive. See? Good grief. And it's so frustrating because aside from the issues, the game's really good. I mean, it's a fantastic flight sim. I mean, you can see the cars driving along the roads down there. But just the online dependency on this, and it did have like an online dependency with the other version of Flight Sim 2 for streaming assets. but it wasn't online only. It just would have very basic, uh, ground visuals in there. But this one is entirely online dependent, at least for the moment. We'll switch to the external view. And to be clear, I don't think it's necessarily a limitation of the Series X or anything like that. I mean, I think it's just entirely service related, because this is a game as a service type title. When all the issues and the problems are aside, this is a very beautiful game. And like I said, a lot of that is because it pulls from satellite data, so when you get a little higher up, things don't necessarily need to be quite as detailed, and the buildings that they use may not be 100% accurate to the real world, but it still does the job really well. Oh my goodness, it's just... that camera just doesn't want to cooperate. Now this airport to the left, there we go. That's where I'm going to try to land at the end of this video. Oh my. I'm losing my mind over here. Forward. There we go. You can see that ship is actually moving on the water underneath us. I mean, it's a neat game. It's just the issues with it are just so maddening, so frustrating. It takes all the fun out of it. And this is a copy that I actually bought because Woot had like the premium deluxe version on sale for like $50 off. And the physical box comes with like a lanyard that has like the game key code on it. There is not a physical copy of this out there, only digital. And but the physical copy has like an oversized steel book, a letter from one of the developers, and like I said, this nifty kind of like a flight lanyard that has like flight sim on it, and like a little insert that has the game key on the other side of it. But yeah, man, it just lags like crazy. But yeah, overall, I mean, it's a beautiful game. It's just the issues are so frustrating. when it runs optimally, it's great. It's fantastic. It's well worth playing, even if this isn't necessarily your style of game. It's definitely worth trying out at the very least. And I mean, and this is like a huge visual upgrade over the first game too. Over the previous game, I should say, not the first game. Well, it's definitely an upgrade over the first game from like 40 years ago, but yeah. So we're gonna get a little bit lower. Get low. If you've ever seen Baby Metal perform Metalli live, congratulations, you got the reference. I'm gonna slow this down a bit. I mean, you can see it's like some of the assets look kind of low res and the buildings are just like placed over top. But I mean, overall, I mean, it's not bad, all things considered. You know, I believe the Ace Combat games used to use satellite data as well for stuff like that. I mean, the game feels amazing with the Yoke. I mean, you can do well with the controller as well, you know, but the experience with the Yoke is just one of the best like accessory driven game experiences you can have. I'm just 100% convinced of that. It is just such an incredible experience. There's even a lever on this Yoke to raise and lower the landing gear. Unfortunately, can't really show that off because the landing gear is mounted in place on this particular plane. Okay, so we're doing pretty well. I'm gonna start kind of backing down the engines just a little bit. I think I am slightly crooked on the approach. I'm gonna have to correct that in relatively short order. Okay. We're doing relatively well. we're going to want to start engaging the flaps. That will help slow the plane down a bit. I think too much. I think it'll be okay. Now the rudder pedals have like an additional feature besides making the plane go left to right. You can also tilt them forward to apply the parking brake, or to apply the brakes on it, rather. And the lag on that almost did me in. Ah, very nice. Then I just tilt my toes kind of forward a bit to apply some brakes to it. Oh, not quite that much. There we go. I was going to taxi it over towards the runway, or not the runway, excuse me, the airport. I have to get it somewhere in the neighborhood of about 1,000 RPMs on the engine. Okay, so this time going through the grass, that is my fault. And of course, there was just no real way to go about it. There's no way to turn around at this particular airport, I don't believe, besides just doing what we did. Give it a little more power. And the thing with the rudder pedals is also, by default, and I think this might be how it is with actual planes, you push the right pedal forward when you want to turn left, or when you want to turn right, rather than turn left, like as like the twisting motion would kind of make you think. But it's a very compelling experience when it works properly. And unfortunately, that is not as often as I'd like. There's also individual brake controls on the rudder pedals. You can tilt one side to just control like the right-hand brake. In addition to doing the twisting, it can help you turn even faster. I probably should have done that when I was on the runway, so I wouldn't have gone in the the dirt. Okay, and that's where they want me to go, so that's where I'm going to go. I will hopefully do this without running any of them over. Okay. And a little further. And we are just about there. All right, that'll do it. Now, if you want to, you can actually go through the proper startup and shutdown for these planes, but I haven't gone through this on this particular plane. Usually what you have to do is turn the alternator off, turn the battery off. Let's see, there's usually like a master. Let's see, fuel selector is off. And yeah, that pretty much does it. For that, I think there's like a magneto control around here somewhere. But it's like a lot of these switches and buttons and levers and stuff like that are actually, you know, able to be interacted with. I mean, it's really good when it works, but the when it works part has been especially problematic with the 2024 release. And it's just so unfortunate. Because aside from that, it's a really fun experience. Well, that will do it for this episode of Gameplay Sessions. I'd like to thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel on YouTube, Blueswim TV, and you can also check out patreon.com/blueswim for early access to all of my content, as well as written articles that you will not find anywhere else. This has been Blueswim, and I will catch you in the next episode of Gameplay Sessions. Take care.